Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am here to present my seminar based on the topic cloud computing. And before going to my seminar, I would like to introduce myself. I am Shreya. I am from Malur, and I completed my graduation from IHIT College, Kutuparamba. Then this is all about me. Now, let me share my slides. Okay. Can you see my slides? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. My topic is cloud computing. Okay, then this is the content section. Here I include the contents such as introduction to cloud computing, what is cloud computing characteristics, benefits of cloud computing architecture, front-end cloud computing architecture, back-end cloud computing architecture, basic concepts, then cloud deployment model, private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, cloud service model, SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, cloud provider, cloud computing with AWS, who uses cloud computing security, applications, advantages, disadvantages, conclusion, and references. Okay, now the introduction part of cloud computing. Cloud computing means it is simply say that uh, it is a delivery. It is a delivery of the computing services. The computing services like the servers, networking, software, etc. over the internet. Okay. So cloud computing provides as a means by which we can access the application as utilities over the internet. Cloud computing also provides us to create, configure, and customize the application online. Okay, then cloud computing is become very popular among the small and big businesses. Okay, then with cloud computing, users can use resources via the internet from anywhere as long as without need any about very maintenance or management of the actual resources. Okay, then what is cloud? Actually, what is cloud? The term cloud refers to a network of internet. In simply, we can say that cloud is something which is present at remote location. Okay, cloud can provide services over the network. That is, a network may be a private network or as well as a public network. And the applications of cloud are email, then web conferencing, CRM, that is customer relationship management, etc. So I would like to um, I I tell you an example for the cloud. So if I want to send a mail to my friend, so I sent my mail to his mail. So firstly, that mail is stored in the server kept at America. Then from that server, then only the message is forwarded to that person. Here, that server acts as a cloud. Okay, this is a simple example for cloud. Next, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing means it is a use of network of remote servers hosted on the internet. And here we can store, manage, and process data rather than a local server. Okay. Then in simply, we can say that it is a delivery of computing services. The services like servers, database, networking, software, etc. over the internet. In cloud computing, you should pay for what you used, what he is being used or what he is using, not for having the software on premise. Okay. Then cloud computing is also means storing our data from anywhere across the globe or accessing our data from anywhere across the globe. Then, what is cloud provider? Provider means the companies that provide the services like servers, database, networking, software, etc. are called cloud provider or cloud computing provider. That means and it gives the ability to manage application and services through a global network. Then the examples of such cloud computing service providers are Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure, then IBM Cloud, DigitalOcean, etc. Then we move on to the characteristics of cloud computing. There are two types of characteristics of cloud computing, that are common characteristics and essential characteristics. Okay. Now, first we discuss about the common characteristics of cloud computing. Okay, then it include homogeneity, virtualization, low-cost software, resilient computing, geographic distribution, service orientation, and advanced security. First one is homogeneity. Homogeneity means it is a constant nature of the cloud. That is being, whether it is a platform services or software services across the cloud, the homogeneity is maintained. Then virtualization. Virtualization means it is similar to the remotely nature of cloud services, that each resources of the cloud can host different operating system, and this can be, that means the services can be accessed by the customers. Okay. Then third one is low cost software. Low cost software means it is like when the customer is not residing at the customer side and he doesn't have to pay much, but he just have to pay for what he is using or what is being used, not for having the software on premise. Then next one is resilient computing. Resilient computing means it is an errorless computing that being provided by the cloud computing. Next one is geographic distribution. Geographic distribution is like the quadratic is like the cubiculous nature of the cloud computing, and the resources can be shared among the shared through the internet. Then next one is service orientation. Service orientation is since the services are provided by the cloud provider, and this can be accessed over the internet by the customer, and hence this architecture is named service-oriented architecture. Then the last one is advanced security. Cloud computing also provide advanced security, and the systems and application are not residing at the customer side, and it is residing at the cloud side. This is the advanced security of cloud computing. Okay. Now we talk about the essential characteristics of cloud computing, and it includes broad network access, resource pooling, and measured services. Okay, this is the same as the common characteristics that I have explained just now. So first one is broad network access. That means it is the access over the network. And second one is resource pooling. Resource pooling means resource pooling is the cloud that is, since the different clouds, different resources can be shared between the resources and the client of the cloud provider. Then the last one is measured services. Measured services means it is like the customer is requesting for the service, and he is using the service, and the cloud side, and they requesting the pay. Okay. Next we talk about the benefits of cloud computing, and it includes cost savings, scalability, flexibility of work practices, security, collaboration efficiency, speed, accessibility, highly available, and customization. First one is cost saving. Cost saving means it eliminates, that means the cloud computing eliminates the expenses of buying the computer hardware or the software. So it is an on-demand services. So pay as you use or pay as you go. The second one is scalability. Scalability means it is the ability. It is defined as the ability of the product to amplify its impact on the customers and meets the demand posted. Then scalability also helps in increase our business. Okay. Then next one is flexibility of work practices. Cloud computing allows employees to be more flexible on their work practices. Then security. In cloud computing, it gives the ability to manage your application along with some databases. With cloud computing, your data is stored in a centralized, secure location. Then the next one is collaboration efficiency. Collaboration efficiency means collaboration in cloud environment gives your business ability to communicate and share more easily. Then the next one is speed. Speed means a vast amount of computing resources can be provisioned within minutes. Next is accessibility. Accessibility means the resources and the data can be accessed over the internet. Okay. Then next one is highly available. Highly available means the cloud computing is highly available because of it is infrastructure, because of it is redundant infrastructure. So you can create or deploy anything, anything like application. So but it should be in highly available. Okay. Then next one is customization. Customization means you can customize your application for your needs. Then cloud computing architecture. Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this figure shows the cloud computing architecture. So here we can see cloud infrastructure, and it is called front end. So front end means an infrastructure that is a network facing or an internet facing, and the backend is usually where the application services and the devices like storage devices along with the management and security ports. So primarily the cloud computing architecture has two components, that is front end and the back end. Okay, now let's talk about the front end architecture of cloud computing. Okay, then front end architecture, it provides the application and interfaces that are required for the cloud based services. Front end means anything which is facing the internet. For example, the website that you deployed, they are front end because it is accessible by over the public network. Then these applications are web browsers such as Google Chrome and Internet Explorer, and it includes client and mobile devices along with some APIs. Okay, this is with respect to the architecture of front-end architecture. Now we discuss about the back-end architecture of cloud computing. So here it manages, that is backend manages all the program that run at the application on the front end. So for an example, web application is running on the front end, which would be available on the backend. And it has a large number of data storage systems and services. This is with respect to the backend architecture of cloud computing. Okay. Now, let's talk about the basic concept of cloud computing. Cloud computing is classified into two types, that is cloud deployment model and cloud service models. Okay, in this figure, it is clear that cloud computing has two parts, and first one is cloud deployment model and the other one is cloud service model. And the cloud deployment model is again classified into public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. And the cloud service model is also again classified into three, that is IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service, PaaS, platform as a service, SaaS, that is software as a service. So look at them one by one. First one is deployment model. Deployment model means it defines the type of access to the cloud. That is how the cloud is located. Deployment model is divided into three. That is private cloud, hybrid cloud, and public cloud. First one is private cloud. In private cloud, it is also named as corporate cloud. Okay, here the cloud infrastructure is used in a single organization. In our Chintech lab, we have a private cloud. Okay, then the services and infrastructure are maintained on a private network. Then the examples of such private cloud are VMware Cloud, and some of the AWS products are also very good example for private cloud. Okay, now the benefits of private cloud are high security and privacy and more control. High security and privacy means private cloud operations are very, and it ensures very security and privacy. Then more control means private cloud has more control over the resources and the hardware. So it is more controlled than public clouds. So because it has only a single organization. Then the disadvantages of private cloud are limited scalability, restricted area of operation, and high price tag. Limited scalability, first one is limited scalability, means private cloud can be scaled within a capacity. Then restricted area of operation. Restricted area of operation means private cloud can access only within locally, and it is not residing globally. The next one is high priced. High priced means purchasing a new hardware. It is very difficult and it is very costly. Then next we talk about the public cloud. Public cloud, here the services are stored offsite and accessed over the internet, and the software or the hardware and other supporting infrastructure is owned and managed by the cloud provider. And example of such public clouds are Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, etc. The benefits of public cloud are cost-effective, flexibility, location, independence. First one is cost-effective. Cost-effective means public cloud share the same resources with a large number of customers, so it returns inexpensive. Then next one is flexibility. Flexibility means public cloud is flexible than private cloud. Then location independence. Location independence means private cloud delivers the services through the network, so it ensures location independence. Then the disadvantages of public cloud are low security and less customizable. Low security means public cloud is that means the services are stored offsite and the resources can be shared publicly. So it is not highly secure. Okay. Then less customizable means public clouds are less customizable than private cloud. Then okay, next one is hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud means it is a mixture of both the public cloud and the private cloud. A very good example is NASA. NASA uses hybrid cloud, and it uses private cloud to store the data, and it uses public cloud to store the data. Okay. Then the benefits of hybrid cloud are scalability, cost effective, security. Scalability means it offers the features of both, that is the private cloud scalability and public cloud scalability. Then the next one is cost effective. Cost effective means in public cloud is a cost effective. So hybrid cloud is also in cost effective, that is inexpensive. That next one is security. Security means in private cloud, it ensures higher levels of security. So hybrid cloud is also insecure. The disadvantages is networking issues. Networking issue means a network become very complex due to the presence of both the private cloud and the public cloud. Then, okay, now let's talk about the service models. Okay, service model means it covers a range. It covers a wide range of resources that a service provider delivers to customers via the internet. Then the service provider has three types. That is PaaS, platform as a service; SaaS, software as a service; IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. Okay. First one is software as a service. Okay. If you take to look at these points, it says on-demand service, independent platform, no need to install on PC, resource managed by vendor. And all these points are true. And finally, who uses it? The end customers uses it. Suppose if I will tell you an example to clarify this situation more clearly. We have email, we have Gmail, then where you actually exchange emails, right? But have you ever wondered about what is happening in the background, or how did the message get transferred? You only type the message and deliver it to the location or to the person you want to deliver it. Okay. Then you here you only using the service. He's just using the service, and the service provider providing you to complete the system or the application as a form of service. Okay, this is software as a service. Next, PaaS. PaaS stands for platform as a service, and here the points: programming language plus operating system plus server plus database, and it provides encapsulation. Encapsulation means wrapping up of data into a single unit. Then in PaaS, we can build, compile and run programs. Users manage data and application resources, and all these points are true. And finally, who uses it? The developers uses it. Suppose what happened here is the cloud provider, give a complete give the ability to give a complete platform to use. Now, when I say a complete platform to use, the cloud provider takes care of the underlying part or the infrastructure, not to a complete extent, but to a great extent. So what happened here is, so what happened in software as a service? Here, a platform is provided to you. This is platform as a service. Then next one is IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. And if you take to look at this point, it says IaaS provide computing architecture and infrastructure, data storage plus virtualization plus servers plus networking. Then vendors manage above resources, users handle data and middleware. Then finally, who uses it? The system administrators uses it. That is, only the infrastructure is given to you, and you have to use your ways. Okay. The next one is cloud provider or cloud computing provider, that I have explained in the above slide. Cloud provider means the companies that provide the services. These services like servers, networking, etc. Okay, here we can see different cloud provider. AWS, that is Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud, VMware Cloud, and Google Cloud Platform, and DigitalOcean. Okay, first one is AWS. Amazon Web Service is a cloud computing service provided by Amazon, and it is a mixture. It provides a mix of the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and packing of software as a service, named SaaS offering. Then the next one is Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure is formerly known as Windows Azure, and here it support many types of programming languages, and it also include infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. And next one is IBM Cloud. IBM Cloud is a cloud provider by IBM, and it include infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Next one is VMware Cloud. VMware Cloud is a subsidiary of Dell Technology, and it is the first commercially successful. Commercially successful company to virtualize the x86 architecture. The next one is Google Cloud Platform. Google Cloud Platform, it offers Google, and it provides the services like machine learning services, storage services, etc. Then the last one is DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean is provided by the developers. Next one is cloud computing with AWS. Okay, AWS, Amazon Web Service is a cloud service from Amazon, and here the services are accessed over the internet. Then we can create or deploy any type of application in the cloud on the top of the infrastructure as a service that Amazon provide. And the last point is AWS uses subscription pricing model, that is pay for what you use. Suppose if you use less, so you pay less. If you use more, so pay more. That is all about this. Then we move on to next slide. Who uses cloud computing? Here, first one is Pinterest. Pinterest uses AWS cloud environment to manage multiple petabytes of data every day. And second one is Spotify. We know Spotify. Spotify is an online music service, and Spotify uses AWS cloud application, cloud environment to store its fast security, scale its capacity. And next one is Netflix. Netflix is the largest video streaming service, and Netflix uses AWS cloud to allow users to stream shows from anywhere in the world. And the last one is Expedia. Expedia uses AWS cloud environment to accommodate highly scalable infrastructure. And next one is cloud computing security. Simply, it can call cloud security. It is a protection of data stored online from the leakage, deletion, etc. Methods of providing cloud computing securities are firmware, then avoiding public connections, etc. Then it is a form of cloud, cyber security. Then we move on to the advantages of cloud computing. Advantages of cloud computing include lower cost computer for users, lower IT infrastructure cost, fewer maintenance cost, lower software cost, increased computing power, and unlimited storage capacity. First one is lower cost computer for users. That means in cloud, you don't require a high powered computer to run cloud computing. So web-based application, because application run on the cloud, not the desktop PC or your laptop. Then the next one is lower IT infrastructure cost. Lower IT infrastructure cost means by using cloud computing, you need to invest any large number of or more powerful services. You also need not to require the IT staff for handling such powerful servers. Then next one is fewer maintenance cost. Fewer maintenance cost means the maintenance cost in the cloud computing is greatly reduces both the hardware, software, and the maintenance for organizing of all sizes. And next one is lower software cost. That means it reduces the software cost because you don't need to purchase separate software packages from each computers in the organization. And increase the computing power. That means the execution capacity of cloud services are very high. Then last one is unlimited storage capacity. Unlimited storage capacity means cloud offers you a huge amount of storage capacity like 2000 GB or more than that it requires. Okay, this is all about the advantages of cloud computing. Next, we move on to the disadvantages of cloud computing, and it include require a constant internet connection and storage data might not be secure. So first one is require a constant internet connection. That means cloud computing is impossible without any internet connection. Okay, so uh, to access any document or application, you need a constant internet connection. So it requires a highly internet connection. Similarly, a low security or low internet connection makes it is very painful. And the second one is storage data might not be secure. That means with cloud computing, your data is stored in the cloud, and it is very good, and it is very well. So, but how the data is secure in the cloud? Okay. Now I conclude my seminar. Then this cloud computing provide a supercomputing power. Supercomputing means higher operation rate of the computer, and cloud computing gaining very popularity among many businesses, small and big businesses. So the cloud of computers extend beyond a single company to enterprise. The application and data served by the cloud are available to broad groups of users cross enterprise and cross platform. Then, okay, these are the reference. So hope you enjoy my seminar, and thank you.